So, if you haven't heard the news, the devs have cancelled the patch. And what I mean by people exposed, there's people who said this patch was fine. Now you know these people don't care about killer fun. I keep telling you, there's people who play DBD, they play one side and they give zero shits about the other side. They give zero shits. Like, I don't know how much more blatant these people need to make it. We, and others like us, actually want a fair, balanced game for both sides. We want both sides to be fun. They're the people who need to be listened to. There's people out there who are super bad faith. They do not care. You need to listen, and I'm saying this to the devs as well, really. You need to find the people who care for the health of the game. They care for both sides. Okay? So use this as like, almost like a trap, where people who said it was fine, ignore them from now on. People who ignored it, ignore anything they say from now on. Because this was like a really important thing to talk about. And people who said it was completely fine, that's like a red flag instantly. It wasn't fine. It was super bad design. It would have destroyed the game. And it's lucky, you know, I mean, I assumed it weren't going to go through. It was so badly thought out. Did you know that they randomly nerfed Mindbreaker as well? Like, it weren't even in the patch notes, but they nerfed Mindbreaker too. Like, what was going on? Painres was dead. Mindbreaker was dead. Like, very strange. How? They made it where when you're on a gen, you're not afflicted by blindness. So random. Just looking around different like content around the web, like they were just stuff. It was just insane. Insane patch. Hopefully they take my feedback on board. What I said, if they do want to push something like this across, they really need to buff the fuck out of gen regression. Good thing about cancelling the patch is, in fact, they hit the bottom. They found a line they can't cross. So maybe this is the point where the devs actually start thinking about health of the game instead of boosting survivors' egos. It's insane, weren't it? I can't believe people thought this patch was fine. Like, you're taking the piss. It will have basically made about 80% of the killers unviable against anyone good. Like, how is that good design? It blows my mind how people were saying it's fine. Some streamers say it on the fence. Yeah, don't listen to them. Politicians, what's the point? They're not actually going to give you real feedback. Kind of want the patch to go live, just so everyone could see how bad it was. Yeah, I mean, I said I want the patch to go through for the simple fact of how bad it is. Like, it would actually hurt the game, and that's like the biggest way the devs would be able to see how bad it is. But I didn't think it was going to go through. I didn't know they were going to completely cancel it, though. I thought they were going to put like a muted version of it through. I did not think they were going to completely cancel it. Just like you said, they showed us an overtuned SPTB so they can purposely push out a compromise. No, Vegas. If that were the case, they would have pushed out a compromised version from it. Like, this was big. Them cancelling it is huge. You've heard they'll still put some changes through at a later date. Well, they're going to do another PTB with muted design choices of it. That 6 hooks one, I can't get out of my head. Why 6 hooks? Why 6 hooks? It's so strange. Punish the killer for getting a kill at 5 hooks. Halfway point to 12 hook. It wasn't though, it was 5. It was before 6 hooks. 4 is this number. 4 is the number. If you want to actually you know, go for tunneling, 4 is the number. That's a tunnel. Anything over 4 is not a tunnel. You can't listen to super biased survivor narrative on what tunnel is and what it isn't, because you're not going to get an actual definition. You're going to get an entitled version of it. 4. If someone dies before the 4th hook, that can be punished as a tunnel. I agree with that. I still think it's weird punishing the killer. But if you give like a massive, massive incentive for them not to do that, fine, I'll go for the incentive. If the incentive isn't good enough, the punish is a slap in the face. If the incentive is huge, like 20% map-wide regression, fuck it. The punish should be there, you get me? So if the incentive of going for fresh hooks is massive, I don't give a shit about the punishment. But if the incentive isn't big enough, the punishment's just a slap in the face. Because you're forced to do the punishment. So the incentive needs to be huge, as I keep saying. Exclamation mark, anti-tunnel. If you want to see like my take, saying if they were going to push the patch through, all the changes it needed. I don't look at Twitter much, Louis. Quite a fake place, honestly. But what was it? What's the gist? Do they cancel this unapologetic bias killer nerf? They did. They cancelled the patch. But as I said, even it not going through, it shows behavior and not on killer side, dude. They I don't know how people can say the devs are killer bias. It blows my mind. Like, if you actually objectively look at all these patches, I would say about 95% of the patches are all towards survivor stuff. And then you have that 5% where killer just barely gets better things than survivor. It's really weird. It's like so objectively obvious that survivors are getting a lot of stuff. Just look recently with, you know, all the changes to like maps and a new item with a fog vial and and I think there were even more stuff that I can't fucking remember. The anti-camp. So the survivors get, you know, off the record, well, not off the record anymore, but they get endurance when they get off a hook, and they can recover all the way to 99% and that's what the survivors get. What do killers get? Can't kick a gen more than 8 times. Like, okay. It's just, it's so obvious. Like, people denying it, they're just lying to your face. Or just super ignorant, I don't know which one. Can't grab them off hooks. We'll focus some more silts on, yeah. Maybe tomorrow. We'll see. They didn't mention cancelling the palette changes, so you're assuming the ridiculous buffs to maps. Oh shit, yeah, that's true. They gave even more palettes on the maps. What was that about? Yeah, that's true. They might still put more palettes in the maps for some reason. Because there's apparently dead zones. Where the fuck are these dead zones, guys? Everyone's saying patch was trash. I don't know what tweet you're on about. Did you say it and I missed? I can click your name and see what you said. You didn't say. Can you please explain that tweet instead of just talking about it? What's the gist? No, you don't need to show it. Just say it. What was the tweet? You got purged because it was a link. I don't go on X much. I don't even actually have an account open on my PC for X. It's on my phone. Meme mocking behavior. Okay, let's see. In Dead by Daylight, you get penalized for killing people as killer. Is it supposed to play? Or is that just it? That's it. I doubt that's what made them do it, man. Not gonna lie. People on Twitter think they have a lot more influence than they do, I think. A lot of views on Twitter, people scrolling past. I was getting punished just because there was a survivor near me when you got hooked. Yeah, it was insane, Metsu. It was insane. As I said, explanation about anti-tunnel. If they want to push something through, kind of like this, incentivizing hooks, they're really gonna have to look at kind of my ideas, people's whose, you know, ideas are along the same kind of lines, the same kind of understanding of what killers actually need. I'll tell you one thing though. Pushing an incentive for killers to try and get more hooks and then adding more pallets is probably the polar opposite of what you should be doing, devs. Just FYI. You shouldn't be adding more pallets when you want killers to go for more chasers. There's such a disconnect there. Like, I don't actually know how they're thinking. Killers are going to go for more chasers, therefore survivors will need more pallets. I don't even know. I don't even know. Any ideas? The line of thinking they use there? Maybe they believe there weren't enough pallets and the reason they weren't using as many is because all killers were just camping, so they didn't chase much or something. If it doesn't tell the devs how backward they are, Kieran, these really bad changes would go through and it'd just kill the game. So I disagree. People do need to speak out. We need the passionate ones. The ones who just are mute and sitting on the fence and give zero shit about the game. They can fuck off. Like, we need the passionate ones. We need more passionate ones, honestly. We need more objective, passionate ones who actually want what's best for the game. Because there's definitely bad actors in this community. We need more of the real ones. Imagine ignoring such a game-breaking patch and not using your platform and your voice to try and get the devs to understand how game-breaking this is. Like, what the fuck, dude? So bad. So bad. Such fucking bad actors in this community. Not ours, the DVD. They just give zero shits about the game, don't they? I don't know why, because, you know, some of them it's the only game they can stream. So I don't know why they don't care. Like, we can jump on so many other games. And I care more than some of these people whose literal streaming career is just DBD. Like, I don't get it. Like, do they just not understand when, like, some really damaging thing's gonna happen? Who's been exposed? All the people saying this patch was fine, and all the people who just ignored it. It exposes that they don't give a shit about the game. Now, how can you not talk about it? It's such a massive thing. Especially if you have influence. You have a big audience. You should be talking about this shit. Who was saying the patch is fine? Don't know. I don't watch them. I've said before. But I'm assuming some people were. And I'm assuming some people were ignoring it as well. It isn't a dub, they're just avoiding an L. Yeah, it's not a complete dub, obviously. It is a bit of one, I would say. Because this going through would have been really bad. Yeah, people saying that the patch were fine. They're either, you know, the politician stance, you know, where they're trying to please the entitled survivors because it's the biggest part of the audience, or they are just entitled survivor players and they give zero shit about Killer's fun. They just want it all to be about them, but they don't understand, like, both sides need to have fun. Yeah, all the time watching some content creators reacting to patch. The fact they seem optimistic about it, yeah, it's bad. See? There you go. I was right. There is some. I mean, I know kind of like how this community acts to stuff, so. You're serious playing Pinhead, you got gammed so hard by a group of survivors, still managed to kill 2 of them, but didn't complain still. Okay. Good chat. Survivor main, and you thought the killer changes were such an overreaction to complaints about tunneling. Yeah, they were insane. The tunnel stuff isn't even that real. You know that, right, guys? Like, I'll put you into a secret here. The tunnel complaints, what people say, I'm getting tunneled every game, they're not even that real. Like, I would say, if you grabbed everyone's games, when an actual tunnel happens, like a real tunnel, like they go after you back to back to back without going after anyone else, I'd say it's in like the 5% of the games or something. It's in a real minority of the matches. Just watch when I play Survivor. How many times do I actually get tunneled? Like, it rarely fucking happens, dude. Like, what happens with Killer, if one person's only getting hooked, is they'll be going after, like, person A, but then they'll go after person B, injure them. They'll go after person C, injure them. They'll find person A again, hook them. They'll go after person D. They'll go after person B. They'll go after person C. They'll go after person A, hook them. It's not a tunnel. They pressured everyone. They just hooked one person. Like, it's so stupid. A tunnel, and this is something from this patch, we need to kind of like make more defined and get away from kind of like entitled, really bad players of Survivors definition of it, right? A tunnel is not going after person A, person B, person A, person B, person A. That's not a tunnel. That's 2 people you're pressuring minimum, not including anyone else you're injuring, right? That's fucking ridiculous. That's 5 hooks, by the way. But it's also not just hooking one person. A tunnel is putting someone on a hook, waiting by the hook, when someone goes to save them, running after that same person, downing them again, putting them on a hook, waiting by the hook, when they get off the hook, going for that same person, downing them, putting them on the hook. That's a tunnel. All these other definitions, can you stop, like, using them? Because they're not tunnels. A tunnel is going after one person. You can't start making definitions up where it's like, oh, I've hooked person A, I've hooked person B, I've hooked person C, but now I'm going to A and then A again and I've tunneled. Like, that's 5 hooks. You've literally gone for 3 people and hooked 3 separate people of the team, 75%, but because you went after person A 2 times back to back, now it's a tunnel again. Like, we need to get rid of... And look at that. That's an extreme version of a tunnel. No. That's a tunnel. Like, we're not playing this stupid game now. We're not making up these different subcategories of tunnel. Like, it's ridiculous. That's the extreme version of tunnel. There's also minor tunnel, medium tunnel, almost high tunnel. There's also semi-detached tunnel, and there's indirect tunnel. So you need to make sure that you don't do any of them. We need to just have one definition. If you go after one person back to back to back to back, there can be a penalty, right? But For fresh hooks, there needs to be a massive reward. I would let that go through. I think that's okay. I still think it's probably still going to fuck up some of the killers because some of the killers can only go for one person because they're so weak. But, you know, at least it's getting a bit more fair. You know what was funny with the changes as well? How they said you can disable it for comp. That was a right kick in the balls. Didn't you think? Like, that's the devs admitting that these changes are bad for good players. We're going to put all these changes through, but when you're good, i.e. comp, we're going to allow you to disable them because we know they're bad. Like, that was a kick in the balls. Like, if they put changes through, guys, they're going to have to make it go through to comp. And that way, you know that the changes aren't game-changing, you know, game-breaking. Because if comp can play it where, you know, it isn't all the time, but it's, I would say, I don't know what percentage, but it's, you know, decent player versus decent player, right? So when decent player versus decent player can play on the rules, the new rules that are set through, and it's still being a balanced experience, there you go, you've got it. But if they make it where it's disabled for comp, dude, that was such a kick in the balls, dude. It were to me. That was like them literally knowing that the changes were bad. Genesis, thank you for the gifted sub, by the way. Thank you, man. Yep, they've cancelled it, Rain. What would you think of base kit adrenaline? No. It's not needed. Survivors dominate this game when it's 4 good survivors. There's barely any killers who can compete against them, and these killers still need to use tactics. They still need to tunnel, camp, and slug. And these are the top killers. Not cancel postponed. Postponed would mean they're pushing the same thing through again. They're not. It's because how high-minded a lot of content creators were about the patch, that they all needed to do was tune the numbers. Insane thinking. I mean, it depends on what they're talking about there, ironic. Like, tuning numbers. But you will need to get rid of parts as well. There were some parts that were really bad. But tuning some of the numbers is a fair take. I had that take. But I also deleted a lot of it. Exclamation mark anti-tunnel, if you want to see. I said if they really, really want to push this through, they minimum need to do this stuff. So if you want to see my objective take, it's there. That's me being as good faith as possible. I still think it's a bit strange, you know, with the penalties. But that's my kind of like me trying to be as optimistic as you know, what would I say? As nice as possible, I guess. And I still take a lot out of it. Yeah, I cut a lot out. And I'm talking in that video, I'm saying you pretty much need to give Killer like a 20% full map regression on every single gen after every fresh hook. So yeah. Looked like you needed to strain to make that video. I can see a vision of... They've really fucked. It's so annoying. So before they did all this stupid shit with UIs and all this kind of stuff what they added because of the kill incentive and MMR based on kills, right? The game could have easily transitioned to hooks because it was based on... it actually makes me sad to think about it, but it's whatever. Before it went to this stupid kill incentive, it were based on the Emblem system. And with the game in that current version, based on the Emblem system, they could have easily transitioned to this hook incentive because it was very similar. But because they've spent 2+ years balancing a game around kills, I think they're fucked. They've fucked so much up. And this is why I kept saying they need to do it on hooks. It's going to be too late. Like, fuck's sake, devs. Like, why did it take you 2 to 3 years to understand that going for hooks will be a healthier gameplay? And you've just destroyed the whole fucking game based on kills. So annoying. If they just went straight to this design, what they're doing now, not like exactly this, but where they incentivize killers going for hooks and killers want to go for hooks because going for kills isn't the main reward, the game would be in a way better state. The maps would be different. They probably still won't have UI. Like, the UI change they did basically because of camping, tunneling, slugging. People getting off hook with immunity and stuff, they did because of tunneling. People are getting faster, getting to 99 health state when they're slugged, they did because of slugging. People, actually, I don't know why they got rid of the wiggle regression. That one still confuses me to the day. Where you physically cannot put a survivor down and pick them back up or they wiggle out. I still don't understand why they have that. It isn't for anything. I don't know why they did it. You know, all the nerfs to gem regression. Like, what the fuck are they doing? Gem regression, like pain res. They could have just had pain res where every time you fresh hook, it's a massive, massive regression with pain res. But no, you want to use it 4 times now. Like, it's... This is why I kept saying to you guys, they're balancing the game on tunnel, camping, and slugging. They've been balancing the game on tunnel, camping, and slugging for 2 to 3 years now. That's the issue, you see? And this is what I tried to explain to people for so long. But it's like talking to a wall, innit? How you doing, Marcus? It's like talking to a wall with these people. Like, everyone's all trying to just please the most entitled, toxic, kind of like player base for some reason. Well, actually, not for some reason. It's because it's the most people, so you get bigger viewership. But it's just, do you really... I guess it depends on, do you care about your stream viewership or do you care about the video game, I guess, at the end of the day. But when the video game gets to a point where you can't play it or it dies or whatever, what are they going to do then? So they do need to think about this a bit more. Like, maybe it's time to stop kind of like appeasing these really entitled, really biased survivor mains who can't play the video game. Like, they can get better, they just refuse to do so because they don't need to. They want to push killers to go for chasers. Why are they adding so many pallets? I don't know. I don't know, guys. That's what I said earlier. Like, why did they add more pallets? Why are they like, okay, we want killers to get more chasers, so let's add even more pallets. It's crazy. Babies are competent. They've caught lightning in a bottle. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I don't know, dude. What was I going to say? I read something. Oh, that was it, yeah. I feel like the ship might have, like, already sailed. I think they've done too much damage to the game, guys. It's so annoying, because I was telling them for fucking so long. Yeah, they've confirmed it's cancelled. They still might be adding more pallets, though, for some reason, Marcus, which is another really fucking stupid idea, if they push that through. We'll have to see. No, let's say anything about the Mize change. You're guessing that's not going through either. No, the Mize will be. I don't think the Mize is too bad because you can still play the default Mize. So No, they haven't cancelled everything. They've cancelled the anti-tunnel, they've cancelled the stupidness. But we don't know if they've cancelled the perk changes. I think they have. God, if they nerf it, just, like, this is how bad the patch were, guys. This is how bad the patch were, right? If they just stopped everything and they just brought one thing through, it would still be bad. They nerfed pain res to 12%. Go for more hooks. Here's a nerfed pain res. Which is all about fresh hooking. Like, holy dumpster fire of a fucking patch, man. I can't believe people are like, let's see how it goes. I can't believe someone reads them patch notes. Like, oh, let's see how it goes. Let's see. Let's just see. Like, dude, you can read it. It's fucking well bad. They put eruption to 5%. 5% Fucking hell. An eruption is already nerfed because of the base kit mechanic they added with the 8-gen kick limit. And the 8-gen kick limit was put into the game because of free-genning. And free-genning was created because killers need tactics. And this is why I keep telling you that the game, for so long, has had nerfs and buffs all based on camping, tunneling, and slugging. That's why the game is like in such a bad place, and it should have always been pushed towards the hooks before any of this started. The game would have been completely different. There wouldn't have been a UI. There wouldn't have been 8-gen kick limits. There wouldn't have been faster recovery when slugged. There wouldn't have been any of this. All this is an indirect kind of change because of camping, tunneling, slugging, because the incentive was kills, not hooks. This is what I've been trying to explain to people for fucking years. Fucking years. And you can see why it's so, like, frustrating, right? Like, watching it go the wrong direction for so long. When they could have just pushed it towards hooks and not had any of this stupid shit put in. So really said on Instagram, that shows you one more time that the devs really don't care about Survivor. Yeah. What they're saying is, I only care about Survivor, Newt. They don't give a shit about anything else. And there will be people like that. You know what was fucking annoying as well? There were people here and there saying, true, I thought you wanted the game to be about hooks. That's a bit hypocritical that you're not liking the patch when it's about hooks. Dude, don't fucking give me that bullshit. This patch was not just about hooks. And me talking about the game going towards hooks was before all the stupid changes they did based on kills. The game was completely different. I still think a game designed around hooks would have been healthier, but holy shit, as I keep saying, because of all this damage they've done, it's going to take them years of undoing it to get back to a normalcy for hooks. Because they've been balancing the game for years on kills, which is camping, slugging, tunneling. I kept saying this over and over. They're trolling, yeah. Dorcom, thank you for the 76 months. I find it hilarious how you talked about giving the killers some kind of information about hook status ever since, like this game back when they added Freddy, and then you learned they are giving something similar to the survivors. Yeah. Not that you're surprised, but that just made you even more certain you was right with the company or other people in charge that caring a bit about. I mean, the corporates aren't there. It's all about return on investment and retention, right? Like they're just corporates now. They're not real gamers. But we are. We don't have an excuse. We don't need to act like fucking suits. You know? We've got no excuse for it. There's too many fakes in like the DVD community sphere. Too many politicians, as I said. Like, not everyone wants what's best for this game. Who streams it? How can you have this patch and not talk about it? And how can you have this patch and say it's fine? God, annoys me. These fucking fakes. It's fucking randomers who I've never seen before. It's fucking... They've got such a big platform, some of them as well. And big, you know, even 100 people. It's big. It's 100 people, man. Thunder, I love it. It's passion, Marcus. It's passion. I wish I didn't fucking have passion for this game, man. Don't deserve it. I've been with it since the beta, though, so it's obviously got, like, a soft place in my heart, innit? Even though I think the devs are terrible. I think loads of the community is terrible. I think some of the content creators are just, like, they give zero shit about the game. Some of them just care about, you know, survivor fun. Some will only care about killer fun as well, you know? It won't just be one. You need to listen to the people who play both. They want what's best for both. And the best I can say with that is you need to make your own judgment. You really do. I can't tell you who them people are. I know I am, but, you know, you just have to go off my word, right? Matthew Court on the hot ones? Matthew Court went on the hot ones? Did he? Well, Matthew Court's one of the nicer people, I would say. Though, he ignored my DM when I was trying to work out the corruption of the community managers. Well, you know, it kind of makes sense, I guess. You was always reasonable, so we all listen. Yeah, but I always say, you know, make your own mind up. Don't just go off everything I say. You know, research. But don't be like one of them people who literally just tries to say the opposite of me all the time. That's fucking irritating. It's so obvious when you're doing that. You know who you are, people who do that. Like, for fuck's sake. True said A, so I'm going to say B. True said C, I'm going to say D. Like, oh, for fuck's sake. It's not realistic that we disagree on everything. That's on purpose. Yeah, they always tell me, I know. Tedious. Check the Steam numbers for DBD, true. Why? Went down by 2,000. They went down a lot. I mean, yeah, since the patch has been announced, true. There's about 6,000 people. Yeah. They're still sitting pretty though. And I'll put this this chat, this rant on